B-Pod Studios.
From the Plato's Closet Studios. Are you ready? This is WNKS HD1 Charlotte.
There's no stopping us.
On Beasley Media Group Station, home of the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show.
Turn it up.
Kiss 95.1.
Attention everyone, it's Principal Roy, and it's time to start our day.
If you can't get a good selfie after 4, quit.
I listen to y'all all the time. I love you guys. I even got my boyfriend listening too.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
Good morning. Good morning on a Monday. It is August 16th, 2021. It's the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show, except no Loren, who called in last minute.
She called in. Maybe she partied a little too hard up on the lake.
Yeah, that's right. She was at the lake this weekend, right? She texted in. And this is just the life that we're going to have to deal with Loren, I guess, with not having an au pair and not having childcare today. And I think Dallas is out of town, so...
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to just... And by the way, I didn't even text it back. I was thinking about it, like just saying, well, why don't you just come on and flip the mic on from home?
But she has kids running around.
Right. She's got to take Cash to school, and then she's got to deal with Jax, her youngest. So, I don't know. I really don't know what to think. That I really, whatever. She'll be back with us tomorrow, I'm assuming. Man. I'm looking here. Welcome back to school, South Carolina.
Yeah?
Yeah, how about that? I mean, MEC starts next week. Union County starts next week. South Carolina, though. A lot of the South Carolina school districts are heading back. In fact, we got a text from 704 that says, Happy Monday, MRL. We're going back to school today.
Yeah.
So, people in South Carolina, welcome back to school. Thanks for tuning in to the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show. What's going on in your world, Roy?
So, over the weekend, I went to the park, and I wanted to play a game that you told me about. It was called Can Jam.
Oh, Can Jam, yes.
I bought it. I went to the park to play it. It's a horrible game.
What?
It's too hard.
Oh, my God, it's easy.
No, it's not.
Oh, dude, who did you play with?
Just me and Sterling.
No, you need to have 4 people.
Well, but I figured I'd throw it to him and he could try to hit it in just to see how the game went.
Yeah.
I can't get it anywhere near the damn can.
So you're not a good Frisbee thrower.
No,
you
not at all.
You got to work on that. I'll work with you.
Not at all. I then ended up going, let's just throw the tennis ball into the can.
See, where's Nicole walked away to the printer, but if she was here, she'd back me up because I just know. Hey,
she's coming.
Come here for a minute. I just know I got torched by Roy and Sterling over the weekend because he tried that game, Can Jam, that I was talking about, where you throw the Frisbee and you have to knock it in. It's a game I fell in love with on my boys' trip.
Yeah, the one that you play on the beach?
Yeah.
I bought it because he loved it so much.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, it's not.
They had a horrible time, and I just know that my name was just not spoken well of on Saturday.
We couldn't get the Frisbee anywhere near the can.
How many times did you call it a dad game?
No, we didn't call it a dad game, but it's just like, who plays this? Why would anybody want to play this game?
I'd play with you, bud.
Thanks. So we just need one more. Can Sterling get off of work today and we'll play Can Jam?
Yeah, sure. Why
not? We'll show you how to do it because it's all about throwing the bee. And don't throw it too hard. If you throw it too hard, it's going to go a mile away.
Well, and I guess I don't know how far away you should be from...
50 feet apart.
50
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
50 feet?
Yeah.
So anyways, Nicole, we ended up just throwing a tennis ball and tried to hit it into, which, by the way, was just as hard. And then we got that was too hard. And so then we just started throwing the ball back and forth.
Your dog just alerted on Manny.
I know. You feel stressed because
your dads are against me.
Yeah, yesterday at the park, they kept going, damn, Manny, damn.
She's biting my leg because she hated the game so much. Anyway.
But yeah, I was physically active yesterday. But I told, I want to get into, I don't play many games, and I'm very envious that Manny, plays tennis at night and plays with
Do you like cornhole? I have cornhole boards.
Yeah, no, not a big fan of cornhole. But
yeah, me neither. I'm not good at it.
Oh, I'm really good at it.
Are you?
Yeah. In high school, we had a literal class that was just playing cornhole.
Really?
Cornhole and bowling. You bowled Monday, Wednesday. You bowled
in high school.
We bowled Tuesdays and Thursdays. Took a bus to go bowling, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it was called Lifetime Sports. We played cornhole.
Is that an accredited high school?
Yeah.
Is that an accredited high school?
Yeah, it is.
That was a good high
Philip
school.
Rivers went there.
Okay. All right. We got to talk to Nicole later on in the show. She went and did something really, really nice for her best friend, but it cost her a lot of unexpected money.
Okay.
She did a road trip to New Jersey, so we'll talk about that. The one thing I was going to share with you guys is that on Saturday, I wanted to go to the pool. And so we gave our daughter like an hour nap, so she's okay at the pool. Woke her up at like 1:30 from her nap. I packed up the car. I had truly frozen alcohol pops, which we love. Oh, they're so good.
Frozen?
Perfect. Yeah, they're like the ice pops for the kids, but they're Trulies.
Okay.
And you can buy them at the store. I mean, they're awesome. But they have alcohol, so don't let the kids get into them. So then we pack up the car. Our neighbors are coming with us. And as soon as we get to the pool by about 2, you hear a rumble of thunder.
Yeah.
And they call it every time there's a rumble of thunder, it's a 30-minute delay.
So, like, it could quickly become 3 hours delayed?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
So the thing is that even though it's thundering in Waxhaw where I live, the sun is out because the storm is sitting over Matthews and Uptown, but we can hear the thunder. So the sun stayed out till about 4 p.m., but thundered all around us, and we couldn't use the pool. Right?
Just jump in.
Well, I said that. I said, can't we just use, I'm 46. Can't I just use my own
judgment?
I'll sign something that says, I won't sue. And the lifeguards that the HOA hired, they're like, no, we can't let anybody in. It's just what we do. He was like, I let the first 2, but it was constant thunder. No lightning, just thunder with clouds all around us. But we're under a dome. And you try to explain.
I would have been annoyed.
Yeah, Ruby, my daughter, and Dean, my son, and his friends, they all wanted to jump in the pool, but we couldn't.
I mean,
and we were sweating.
If there was like lightning and you could tell that there was about to be a thunderstorm, yeah. But
so we were sitting next to like another couple, and the husband is like, "This might be it." And we're like, "You're leaving?" He goes, "No, this might be me building a pool next year." We were like, "Yeah, like partner up with this guy, Amanda." I was like, "Get to know the family really well." Because when you have your own pool, you got your own rules. You don't have a lifeguard telling you that you can't go in the water.
Some 16-year-old kid who's the knowing of all weather.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that was my weekend. All right, so like we said, once again, Loren is out today doing mommy duties. And then we're going to talk to producer Nicole about her road trip. We have some DM drama. Carla is thinking of calling off her wedding after she found out some information about the groom, which is really cool. And up next, though, Roy, I want to talk to you about things that people forget to take on vacation. Since you were the one that just went on vacation.
Yeah, I did like my 4th vacation.
Yeah, I want to go through the list with you and see if anything matches what you forgot to take.
All right, buddy.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Maney, Roy, and Loren.
I was all in until about, 10:15 last night, reading about the Taliban taking over Afghanistan again. Did you read any of that?
Afghanistan government crumbled yesterday.
The president literally flew out and left.
An insurrection occurred.
And President Biden, listen, I don't want to get political, but I thought it was an interesting statement, and you could go one way or another on it. He's like, for 20 years, we helped build up this country and build up its forces, and the fact that they folded so quickly, he's like, why stay? and you know what? He's not wrong for saying that. Like, I don't care. President Trump could have said the same thing, and I would have agreed with it. It's like, if you try and build up a country and you build up their forces and stuff, and the minute the Americans flee, pull out, and then the Taliban shows up and you throw up your hands right away, like, we tried. But I just hope, and I was watching this reporter from CNN, and he said that one of the saddest things was there was this one street that had a bunch of salons and a bunch of shopping areas in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, and it was very female-friendly, and there was beautiful pictures of women with their hair done outside, and the friggin' Taliban has come in and already ripped all that stuff down because the Taliban is known for suppressing women.
Yeah.
But there are some signs in some of the articles I was reading, some of the news stories that said that the Taliban was going to try and rule a little different this time and maybe be a little more open to females getting educated and females not having to, cover their face, or females being able to live a life that they could before.
Yeah, I'm not for governments being taken over by people. Like, I think that it needs to be a free system where people can, like, if they voted for the Taliban to take over, that's one thing. But it blows my mind that the Taliban, like, that a government just crumbled.
Yeah.
Like, that blows my mind.
And I was trying.
The embassies, like, closed.
Yeah,
the businesses of doing business with that government's just done.
The airport is crazy. The Kabul International Airport is crazy because people that worked with the Americans and worked for other countries that were, quote unquote, anti-Taliban are trying to get out, because if they don't, they fear that the Taliban is going to find out who they were.
Right. Like,
that is scary.
And we have, I think, like 2,000 Americans over there they're trying to ship out, and so they sent troops to the airport.
We have 6,000 troops there now. They sent an additional 1,000 troops yesterday. So
it's so crazy.
It really is. And I was trying to read why the soldiers put down their weapons so quickly.
Because they offered them, if they handed over their guns.
The Taliban offered them?
They offered them amnesty, and that they would look after them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
so they're like, well, I could either die or I could live safe.
Yeah. It's crazy because someone's hearing our voices right now who served in Afghanistan, for sure. The thousands of people that are listening to us at any given moment, you know that they were military.
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
All right, so Loren is out today. Unfortunately, as you all know, last week her au pair, Elena, left, and now she doesn't really have childcare. So she's having to be at home today.
It was only a 7-month process of Elena leaving. How could you get... Well, honestly, she wants to get another au pair, and there are some short-term nanny people that she might be able to use, but so far everybody's been talking about how the timing's not right. It's hard to get up this early, to get there this early, to take Cash to school, and then... Don't even ask what goes on.
It's a whole thing. Either way, she can't make it in because she's with her family.
All right, real quick, Roy. This is a list of things that people forget most when they travel on vacation.
Okay. Toothbrush.
Toiletries was top at 33%. I would put toothbrush into toiletries. This is the one that I always forget. Number 2 was phone chargers.
Ooh, see, no, it's too important for me to forget that.
Number 3 is another one that I always forget.
Okay.
Sunglasses.
I could see that. That's very difficult.
I would sometimes I'll take my sunglasses off and leave them in the car at the airport and walk out of my car. And I'm like, why would I do that? How about just general clothing items?
Yeah.
You forget shirts, underwear, socks is on the list. Headphones.
That's a pretty important item for me on the plane.
I'll remember headphones over sunglasses and my jack, the iPhone charger. Shoes. One time I showed up with one sneaker when I went to Florida to visit my friend, and I'm like, why would I only pack one sneaker? What happened on the other side?
I try to pack 3, 2 different sneakers and then one dress boot in case I go out, and that takes up so much space in your luggage to pack 3. I almost wish you just take one. And you know what I mean? And it can be for everything.
I mean, I'm not talking about one pair. I meant one shoe.
But my size 15 feet, they take up the whole luggage.
All right, we got to talk about a $25,000 mistake coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren.
Roy giving producer Nicole financial advice off the air. The one thing I've told myself, producer Nicole, is that I know I'll be working until I'm 80, unfortunately.
Retirement was just never a conversation with you.
No. I'm doing radio is a job, but it's at least a fun job.
Yeah.
I'll be working in Fargo, North Dakota at one point.
On a classic rock station.
Fargo's classic rock.
When you're 78 years old, freezing your butt off.
Here's America with Free Ride.
Yeah. Or at that point, you'd be 80, so you'd be playing oldies, and it would be whatever we play now.
Or when you turn 80, you automatically just become, let me tell you what I hate about the president.
Yeah.
Regardless of who's in office. And I think you'll agree with me.
Yeah. By the way, here's the classic hit station, Kid Leroy, Without You. Okay, so a $25,000 mistake. So the family threw out $25,000 in cash in the garbage. This happened in Ohio. Luckily, the family was able to contact the garbage man before he reached the landfill.
It went all the way to the garbage truck?
Yes. Yes.
Was it like in an envelope or something?
It was in an envelope filled with cash that was thrown in the trash. $25,000, which had me think, I've never seen $25,000 in my life in cash. I've never been I'm not,
And Loren's not here today.
She's like,
put it in perspective.
I just throw that on the bed. She has that underneath her mattress just in case.
An envelope of cash somewhere in her house.
I've never seen $25,000, but I always thought like $25,000 would be in a briefcase. It fit in an envelope. I clearly have no concept of money. Like I would think like $25,000 is too much for an envelope.
Now, tell me if my math is right, but isn't that just $250, $100 bills? Or no?
Let's see.
That would be $2,500.
2,000.
Right? $250, $100 bills would be $2,000.
Well, no, that would be $25,000.
It would? That's not $2,500?
Because you take the 3 zeros, and then you add the other zero. That'd be 4 zeros. Well, it's not $250,000, so hang on a second. I have no clue.
Welcome back to school, everybody. Study hard or you'll be dumb on the radio like us.
All right, so we got 250. No, what was it?
How many $100 bills are in the envelope to reach 25,000?
Okay, hang on.
Do you know it, Nicole?
How many 100s are in 1,000?
Hang on.
10.
Right.
So it's just 250 $100 bills.
Correct.
Oh, I was right. That's
Yeah,
what I
you were
said.
right.
Okay. See, I have no confidence in my math skills whatsoever. That was the story of my life. The teacher would be like, Manny, what's 81 divided by 9? And I'd be like, 9. Wait, 7. I think 5. Is it 6?
Hang on, let me look at my fingers.
I would get it right, and then I would go backwards. Oh, so
I had
bad.
to pull out a calculator to confirm that.
Did you ever? I know that the family, you guys used to go to behind the Dollar General and jump into the dumpster to see the goodies.
Yeah, because Dollar Tree would throw away things that were not purchased because they were so cheap, and so if it didn't sell, they would just toss them.
So you and Dad would go and bring home some goodies. But that's different than like accidentally throwing something away.
No, I mean, my sister threw away her retainer at the Golden Corral.
I remember that.
We did some dumpster dive-in at the Golden Corral.
Is there anything grosser than going through the garbage at a restaurant?
No, there's nothing grosser than that. And Golden Corral, compacts their garbage, too. So, it got destroyed.
The way we're responding to that story is the way some math teachers listening responded to us doing the math. They were like, there's nothing grosser than MRL trying to figure out how many hundreds are in $25,000. 704-570-9595. Jump on the phone, call us, and tell us, what did you accidentally throw away? Like, what's the most expensive thing that you threw away? This family, they caught up with the garbage man. Pull over!
Oh, yeah. I would cut him off the road for $25,000.
Guy's like, damn, man, I'm just taking garbage to the dump.
All right, 704-570-9595. What did you accidentally throw out?
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
No Loren today. She's doing mother duty things. Called in last minute. She was supposed to be here. Hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow.
But let's talk to you about what did you accidentally throw away? Off the air, our producer Nicole said that she threw away her paycheck.
What?
I did. It was back before direct deposit, and I didn't deposit it, I guess, and I had it in the envelope, and I guess I just thought it was a trash envelope. So at the time, I would get, your grocery bag and clean your car or whatever, because I was going out that night, and I had people in my car. So I just put the check in that plastic bag, closed it, and tossed it in the dumpster of the nightclub that we were going out in. And then it didn't hit me until the next day, and working mornings in Raleigh, it hit me on the way to work. And so it was like 4 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, my paycheck is in a nightclub dumpster. So I texted
Did you go digging?
I did. I said, hey, I'm going to be late. My paycheck is in a dumpster. So I went, and they hadn't, because it was so early. I mean, it was only like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
I was able to get it.
That's awesome.
I would have had the company recut me a new one,
Me
void
too.
the old one.
That's what I would have done. I would have been like, HR. All right, let's go to Karen in Charlotte. You're on with the Manny Roy and the Ray Morning Show. What did you accidentally throw away?
So my daughter was about 3 years out of college, and she was cleaning out some tubs that I stored for her, and she was saving her Tiffany's jewelry. And so she had 3 bags. 2 were to keep, and 1 was to throw away, but they were all grocery bags, and she left them in the garage. And then so the next morning I threw out the garage, and about 3 p.m. she's like, wait, did you throw that away? And I lived in an apartment at the time, and it had already been compacted. So probably at least $2,000 worth of Tiffany's jewelry.
And she had a meltdown for about 15 minutes, and then it was like, okay, we can replace it. But it was jewelry she hadn't worn since, like, middle school and high school. So she figured out that it just wasn't that big a deal. I gotcha. So I didn't know if Karen was like, so we got in the car and went to the dump.
No, she did actually physically climb in the dumpster, but it had already been compacted. So she stood there for probably 30 seconds, and it was like, this isn't worth it.
That stinks. I lost my driver's license when I was living in California. I flew back to New Jersey to see my family, and you can't get back on, you can't get through the airport without your driver's license.
Unless you're Loren. She somehow got on a plane with with her Facebook profile.
Yeah, listen, she does what she can. I'm a normal person. So so my dad was like, my grandmother was old at the time, so my dad blames my grandmother, thanks for calling, Karen. And he's like, Grandma probably threw it away. If it was on the table, I saw her cleaning off the table, she threw everything away. So we ripped up all the garbage bags that we had in the garage in the garbage can and put them spread it all out all over the driveway. I mean, I'm talking an hour and a half. With that, grandma comes pulling up, and she's like, what happened? We were like, did you throw out my driver's license? She goes, no, I put it in the drawer. I was like, damn you, Dad. You clean up this mess now.
Anonymous in Monroe, welcome to the Manny Roy and the Ray Morning Show.
Thank you.
So you used to work at a bank. Do people throw really important things away there?
Well, they're not supposed to. And let me say this. This has been a while back, okay? I actually worked in the consumer real estate department, and when we were finished closing on loans, we would box the entire file up and put them in actual boxes and send them on to the next department for safekeeping. There was a new custodian, and the box that we had boxed up, approximately 12 files to go to this next department, were accidentally thrown away.
Oof.
And these were original loan documents, that were signed. I mean, they had been recorded at the courthouse and everything, but
you want the original.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I mean, you would still want the original, even though it's been recorded.
Oh, definitely, because you typically get the original back when the loan's paid off.
Yeah.
The original document, or at least you used to. It like I said, this has been a while. But in any event, though, it took several days to realize what had happened, and we asked the custodian, we had these files, where are they? And they're like, oh, I threw that box away. Well, the supervisors kind of threw a little hissy, and they're like, they told us we were going to have to go to the city dump and find them.
And I've never had to go digging at the city dump, but I wouldn't even know where to begin, right? Like, you just,
Like, does the city dump know? Like, you pull up and they're like, what neighborhood do you live in? And I'll tell you where that truck dumped.
I guess they have to know that, right?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Obviously, we didn't do it. I mean, I didn't do it.
I would resign.
Pregnant at the time. Yeah, I was pregnant at the time. I went on maternity leave, and I never went back.
Smart. Sucks
I have no idea what happened.
Sucks for the custodian. Thank you so much for the call, because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't do it intentionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, All right, we're going to throw some songs in, do a little stretch here. Royal, head to the kitchen and
give me a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. And then coming up after 7, we have got to hear some DM drama. Carla DM'd us. Wait to hear why she wants to call off the wedding after she found out some information about her groom-to-be. Don't go anywhere.
The MRL Morning Show on demand.
It's the Manny, Roy, and Lorraine Morning Show. All the hits, Kiss 95.1. All right, Roy, you know if you have some drama in your life, we love hearing about it.
Yep, you can always just send us a DM on our Insta at the MRL Show, and we'll probably read it.
All right, so this is from Carla. She says, my fiance is into his family's genealogy and recently brought back a DNA test. We got the results back, and the website says we have a genetic relationship of less than 1%. It says we're likely 4th to 6th cousins, although my fiance can't figure out how we might be related. Neither can his family. We've been together for 6 years and have been engaged for over 1 year, and we're planning on getting married next spring. I'm sick to my stomach. And I'm not sure I could go through with the marriage at this point.
Really?
Help. I need some DM help. She puts in exclamation points. I don't know what to do. That's from Carla.
I mean, it's not your current cousin.
Wouldn't it be interesting, though, how many married couples did a genealogy test and found out that they were related? She says she's got a genetic relationship with her soon-to-be husband of less than 1%.
That's not. I figured, aren't we all probably genetically related, less than 1%?
Yeah, I would think, but
right?
maybe not. I don't know.
Like, aren't we at some point, everybody's probably entangled to some degree?
704-570-9595. If you were in Carla's shoes, would you scrap the wedding if you found out that your soon-to-be husband or wife was likely a 4th to 6th cousin? It says here that her fiancé and his family can't figure out how they might be related, so she's told him about it. He's told the family about it.
You're making it a whole thing.
One of my favorite stories of the MRL show in our history of being on together is the phone call we got one day from someone who said that they found out at the wedding that they were related because the bride's grandmother turned out to be like the groom's second aunt.
Yeah, that's a little closer. That's a little, you know what I mean, than this.
But that was at the wedding. Like,
yeah.
Grandma came, and they're like, Auntie, and she's like, Grandma. They're like, what? You know what I mean? And then she said that happened a long time ago. They're both remarried now to other people, and they use that wedding as like a family reunion type thing. 980 says marry him. 704 says marry him. Love is love. Another 704 says don't do it. There could be genetic problems for your children in the future.
I was about to say, do it, and if the kids come out a little funky, then you know it's a little closer than you think.
Just tell the children you have daddy uncles.
Well,
704 says, at least the guest list will be shorter. Carla doesn't want to hear jokes, people.
The wedding's going to be cheaper. You're right.
980 says, marry him. We're all related from descendants from long ago, and some point less than 1% is such a little amount. I wouldn't base your marriage off that genealogy.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1% is nothing. Now, if it said, like, hey, it says we're 30% related, I'd be like, well,
yeah,
that's a number.
But you can imagine her surprise, though. Like, if you put yourself in Carla's position, we're sitting here as, you know, just people giving advice. But if you were in her position and he comes home and he goes, babe, you are never going to guess.
Mm-hmm.
We are related.
Yeah.
And you're like, we ain't getting married then.
But then I look at it, I'm like, but my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother could have really gotten around the town. You know, she could have just been sleeping with everybody.
Man, our texters are funny. 704 says, what in the Alabama is going on?
What in the Alabama? And by the way, what in the Alabama is it that we're sitting here recommending? Yeah, marry your family. Do it.
Our buddy Gasman says do it and move to West Virginia. So 2 states in the the nation are taking a hit.
Yeah.
Roy is right, 980 says. To bring the Bible into it, we all started from Adam and Eve, and of course we're all related in some way, shape, or form. Less than 1% is nothing. Carla, I know you're listening right now. We are getting every single text is to marry him.
And our listeners are more hilarious than we are. So
Yeah, right. And like 617 said, you've already moved furniture together.
Yeah.
You've already had memories. Don't erase all that. So go ahead and get married, even though you're less than 1%.
And then when your son looks at you and says, "Why do I have a sixth toe?" You say it's because me and Daddy are closer than you think.
Well, yeah. Carla's going to say, well, I DM'd this radio show. They did this segment called DM Drama, and I asked them straight up, what should we do? And they're responsible for your sixth toe.
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
So our producer, Nicole, took a trip to New Jersey on good faith, right, Nicole, to go see your best friend?
Yes. Like my best friend. My number one.
Yeah. Do you want to say why you went up there to see her?
Yeah, I mean, she had a death in her immediate family, and she was planning the funeral and the memorial, and that happened over the weekend. So just because with everything, I mean, flights were super expensive, and I wasn't able to take time off and figure that out with everything. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go Friday after work, drive up there. It's a 10-hour drive.
Jeez.
And I'll drive back on Sunday.
And you got that new car.
Yeah, so that was part of the rush in getting that car, which why I didn't do the vending machine at Carvana is because I needed it, so I didn't have to rent a car to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So everything went well on your way up? And
yeah, everything went well on the way up. Avoided the majority of tolls.
Right,
car was great. I was loving it.
How'd you avoid the toll? I drove from here to New Jersey because we have to do that to go visit my fiance's family. And I always get a ticket in the mail.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you put in Waze, and it gives you options, and it says avoid tolls. So Nicole actually drove through Kansas and Michigan and then came in at the top of New Jersey where there's no tolls.
Yeah, no, the way that I went there was a little odd. I ended up only paying I think like $2.50 in tolls, but
I remember I went over Biden's bridge and it was like $14. I'm like, this must be
you know that goes into his pockets. You know that, right? So how much did it cost you? How much did it cost you to come back?
That's where everything went a little astray.
Yeah, what happened?
Is because of the good old state of Delaware.
Yeah. That's where I had the Biden bridge.
I know. So
I wonder why people are mad at him.
So on my way back, I took a wrong turn. That's where it all messed up. Is I got turned around on the frickin' turnpike, and not only did it extend my trip an hour, but it took me through Delaware instead of the way that I came, which avoided all those Delaware tolls. Mm-hmm. And entering the state of Delaware, it's a $5 toll. So I see a sign where it says no cash, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's 2021. I'm a millennial. I do not have cash. Sue me. And so I go up there, and I'm like, hey, what do I do if I don't have cash? I have my card in hand. And he goes, you'll get a fine in the mail for $25.
Yeah. I got like 3 tickets in the mail.
And I was like, because I don't have $5, you're going to make me pay $25 online, when in reality, I can just go and you can just bill me that $5.
Right.
They don't have Apple Pay at these toll booths?
No. They want you to have that little beacon in your car.
But then at the end, to leave, it's a $4. So then it was a $4. And guess what the fine is to leave?
$25?
$50.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, so because I don't have another $4, I'm being fined $50?
Yeah. I'm telling you, Delaware got me that the same way, Nicole. I had to pay that money, and then you had to pay $7 to go over that big bridge, the Delaware Bridge. And then it's to get on the bridge was $7. And then when you left the bridge, it was $7. So that's $14. And then so at that point, I stopped at the Biden Welcome Center and I had me a $20 Burger King Whopper. I'm like, this state, what is going on?
And you know what? I set a goal for myself when 2020 going into 2020 for this decade. I was like, in this decade, I'm going to visit all 50 states. But nope, I'm going to pay my $75, and that's going to be so I never have to hear the word Delaware again.
Yeah, because
You've lost my visit.
704 said they don't ever pay it. They get tickets all the time. 980 says I always get a ticket in the mail, too.
Always get tickets. When I went to New Jersey for Christmas, I got like 4 tickets in the mail.
And then it's a free-for-all after you get out of the toll because all 5 toll lanes merge into one lane. And here I am in a new car not knowing what to do. So I'm 10 and 2ing it like a grandma. And I'm like, y'all slow down.
You could have just flown for the amount of fines that you're getting from
Exactly.
driving.
That was the whole point of me driving.
Still to come.
Our thoughts and prayers are with Nicole this morning. Our thoughts are also with our good friend Loren, who's out today. She called out an emergency out today, not expected. She's got parent duties, so she should be back tomorrow. But in the meantime, I think we should get our buddy who fills in for her, who's a worthy opponent, Rocky, to play.
No one can beat Rocky for some reason.
Loren beat Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky hasn't lost to anybody else. If you think you could beat Rocky, now there's no free cheer wine on the line. This will just be for fun today. 704-570-9595. Rocky's a very worthy opponent. I'd like to see somebody take him down so that you could play when Loren's gone next.
704-570-9595. Can't beat Rocky. Coming up.
Bring it.
Now, it's time for Can't Beat Loren, sponsored by Cheerwine Soft Drink on Kiss 95.1.
All right, so Loren is out today.
Unexpected call-in.
Unexpected call-in. She, unfortunately, doesn't have any childcare. So to play Can't Beat Loren, we have Rocky, who's going to fill in for Loren's spot. He's a returning champ here on the Manny Roy and the Red Morning Show.
Hey, Rocky, when you played Loren after she came back from vacation, did you guys both go 5 for 5?
No, we both went 4 for 4. We mistook the view for the talk.
Okay, gotcha.
Vice versa.
We're the opponent, though. Didn't lose to Loren, tied Loren, and lost that way. Okay.
Okay, so going against Rocky is Devin. Hey, Devin in Fort Mill.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Doing well, bud. Go ahead and throw Rocky off the line.
All right, Rocky, get put on mute.
Yep. Hold on. Oh, where's our sound effect, Roy, where we lock Rocky into his soundproof booth?
Hang on. Well, here it is.
There he goes. He's locked up. He can't hear us right now. You ready, Devin?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Jennifer Lopez finally made her breakup with her baseball legend ex-fiancé official by unfollowing him and deleting all pictures of him. Who is the ex-fiancé?
A-Rod.
Travis Barker flew for the first time since his deadly plane crash in South Carolina a while ago. His current Kardashian girlfriend was by his side the entire way. Who is he dating?
Kourtney Kardashian.
Britney Spears' father told the courts that he is going to step down as her conservator, but over the weekend, Britney preached just to be cautious. She said she'll believe it when she sees it. Who is her dad? What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Question number 4. This breakup with your girlfriend pop star is loving Selena Gomez, jamming to her song while at dinner with friends. Who sings Break Up With Your Girlfriend?
Ariana Grande.
And question 5. E! played a marathon of this sitcom about school. I'll throw in an extra clue for you about school, featuring characters like Screech.
Saved by the Bell.
All right. By the way, there was a race yesterday in Indianapolis, and one of the race car drivers is a huge fan and was a friend of Dustin Diamond and had a whole Saved by the Bell Dustin Diamond theme on the car.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. All right, we got to bring in our buddy Rocky. We'll take him back, Nicole. Let's unlock him. Roy,
okay,
if you would, please.
He's no longer in the chamber of mute. Welcome, Rocky.
How many did Devin get right, Roy?
Devin got 4 correct. It's going to be a tough battle. Here we go.
All right. Jennifer Lopez finally made her breakup with her baseball legend ex-fiancé official by unfollowing him and deleting all of his pictures. Who is her ex-fiancé?
Alex Rodriguez.
1-1.
Travis Barker flew for the first time since his deadly plane crash a couple years ago in South Carolina. His current Kardashian girlfriend was by his side the entire way he flew. Who is that?
Kourtney Kardashian.
2-2.
Britney Spears' father told the courts that he's going to step down as her conservator, but Britney was being cautious over the weekend, saying that she'll believe it when she sees it. What is her dad's name?
Jamie.
That is correct. Unfortunately, Devin didn't know that one. It's 3-2.
This breakup with your girlfriend pop star is I'm sorry. This breakup with your girlfriend pop star is loving Selena Gomez jamming to her song while at dinner with friends. Who sings Break Up With Your Girlfriend?
Ariana Grande.
And E played a Oh, sorry,
It's
Roy.
4-3.
E played a marathon over the weekend of this show that has to do with school, featuring characters like Screech. What show is that?
Saved by the Bell.
That is correct. Final score 5-4. Rocky wins.
He's hard to beat, Devin.
Yeah, that was tough.
All right.
My name's Devin from Fort Mill, and I can't beat Rocky.
All right, guys. Thank you so
Wow.
much. Rocky is going to join us again tomorrow as the returning champ. And if you could beat Rocky, then you'll be our returning champ here with the Mania More Than Rain Morning Show, as Loren had to take an abrupt day off because of childcare.
Do you have childcare today, Rocky?
Actually, no. I'm off today because it's a teacher work day. My kids are in the kitchen right now, strapped to their high chairs.
Yeah.
And they're just watching something on their tablet while I'm in the guest room talking to y'all.
That's awesome. Well, I think listen, because Loren doesn't have childcare lined up anytime soon, I think she's done.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
Shut up. Don't even put that in the air.
I'm just saying.
All right, Rocky. We'll see you tomorrow. Or Wednesday,
hey, guys,
or Thursday, or Friday.
Hey, no problem. Hey, guys, I'll do it every day. No problem. It'll be an honor to take Loren's spot for this portion.
All right, thanks, bud. There goes Rocky. Yep. Yeah, we hope to have Loren back on the show tomorrow.
How?
I don't know.
How do you think
maybe
she's
Dallas
gonna
is back
magically-
from his trip or whatever's going on. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Still to come.
Let's talk about the biggest dating deal breakers. The biggest dating deal breakers. Like, I know a lot of people won't date a smoker, Roy.
Yeah, that'd probably be a deal breaker for me.
We found this article on Yahoo. How many people wouldn't date someone who was unvaccinated? That's now become a thing.
Oh, really?
We'll talk about that and more coming up next. You got to hear it.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren.
I love you guys' radio station, by the way. You guys make me laugh every morning.
On Kiss 95.1.
I forgot someone spoke with her.
Let her talk.
Okay, so Loren is going to be out today. She had issues getting some childcare. But these are what singles revealed their biggest dating deal breakers are. And I think it's kind of shocking.
By the way, call us and tell us your deal breakers, 704-570-9595. Like, everybody starts at some sort of a line. You have your own personal line. Like, I will not date someone who doesn't currently have a job when I start dating that person. Maybe that's your line.
Yeah, so give us a phone call about that line, 704-570-9595. This survey said over half, 55% of people say tardiness is a no-go, with being late to the date is a deal breaker. 10% said they would only wait 5 minutes. 25% said they would wait 15 minutes. 75% said that after 30 minutes they would then leave. So you get like a 30-minute window.
Yeah, I mean, unless there could be a good excuse as to why.
35% of singles says distant relationships are a deal breaker. That was a real deal breaker for me at the time when I first started dating Sterling. We were maybe 1 or 2 years into our relationship, and
but you both lived here.
We both lived here, but there was things about him moving, and I was like, "Hey, just so you know, I can't do long term." And it's simply because our relationship hadn't matured enough. We were only 2 years in. Now that we've been together for now like 5-6 years, and we're engaged.
Yeah, that's a lot of stress to put on a relationship. Going long distance right away.
Right away, but once you've like committed to each other, now I could probably easily do it. Other deal breakers included almost half of people, 45% of people said if they have incompatible zodiac signs, which is shocking.
I know we've talked to people before who said like if they didn't, they would only date certain signs.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the horoscope.
It's too complicated.
I know whatever I am is, I think, a good match for whatever Sterling is.
Yeah, it seems to be working.
Well, no, he like tells me things. And whenever I'm having like a moment, he's like, "Oh, you're a Leo. You're doing your Leo thing.
Your Leo.
Yeah, being a Leo. Drama's good. You got to have the attention on you." And then 86% of singles says that being unvaccinated is a total dating deal breaker.
86%.
86%.
Yeah, add that to the list to complicate dating.
I would imagine that people who choose to be unvaccinated have a very different mindset than the people who choose to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
So they're not going to mesh well. You know what I mean? I imagine that.
Yeah.
I could see that not meshing well.
704-570-9595. What is your dating deal breaker?
Mine's chewing with the mouth open. I can't date someone who's slops like a pig.
That's correctable, though. You just tell them to, close their mouth.
I guess.
Kids? Could kids be a dating deal breaker for people? Like, yeah, I don't want to date somebody with children. I love you on every front. I like you on every front. We get along, but you got like a 5-year-old, and I don't want to raise a child right now.
And I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
It sucks, but because I remember my best friend started dating someone who had kids. And one of the things I told him was like, hey, just so you know, I'm not saying that you got to be the dad, but the kids are always going to be more important. When you get into that relationship, It is going to be always about the kids, even though you're not the dad.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready for that?
Yeah. 704 texted in and said, occupation, I won't date a cop.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they might get shot or something.
Maybe.
They don't like the danger aspect.
Maybe it's because they party so hard with everything they confiscate.
Is that it?
I don't know, but I do know my cousin.
Where does that cocaine go?
I didn't go to the evidence room. My cousin, who was a high-ranking New York State trooper, he's retired now. We had the best 4th of Julys. He would just confiscate fireworks from people and then go light it off in his house. Dead serious. Come on, this was the late 80s, early 90s. There were no rules for people like that.
You're right. The policing was way different. My grandfather got arrested in the 70s, I think. And the paper records are not there's not really proof.
Yeah, right.
I feel like it was the Barney days. They literally opened up a door and let him sit there for 2 weeks and let him out.
Yeah, sober up and go home, old man.
Yeah. It wasn't no booking process back then.
The only evidence that he was handcuffed is the actual marks on his hand from where the handcuffs were.
We have a text here at 803 that says not having a driver's license is a deal breaker. I agree with that.
Basic rules. All right, you can text us your deal breakers, 704-570-9595. I want to share with you something my daughter, who just turned 3, yelled out in front of a packed restaurant this weekend. It was super embarrassing, and we had to have a talk with her.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it after 8 on MRL.
For you, I guess you moved on really easily.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
Loren is out today. She could not find childcare, so she is going to be taking the day to take care of the family.
We asked her if she could pop on the microphone from home.
She's got to take the kids to school, I think.
Yeah, Cash is going to school and stuff, so it's not easy. She'll hopefully try and figure things out and obviously be back with us tomorrow. So my daughter, Ruby, she's doing this thing, and it is really cute. And I don't like to brag on my kids too much. I try to just, share stories about their lives, but she's doing this thing that's so cute. Anybody she sees, she goes, "Oh, hello there." "Oh, hi there."
Well,
hi there.
Ruby also does this really cute thing in the morning where she says she wants to see Daddy's friends.
So she'll want to FaceTime me, and then she'll say, "Hi, Daddy. Let me see your friends."
Yeah, and then we get to see her,
and that's you and Loren. Let me see friends. That's the first thing. Let me see friends.
Yeah.
Hi there. So little talkie-talkie, we're out to a restaurant the other night, and little talkie-talkie has to go to the bathroom. And I say, "Ruby, you have to go pee?" She goes, "Yes, I have to go pee." So I take her to the bathroom, and she does her business and then runs out in front of me into a packed restaurant and yelled, "I peed!"
Yes, you did. Good girl.
Loud as can be. And I mean, there had to be 20 tables that heard it, and they all laughed. Everybody laughed, and she was like, she doubled down. She's like, "I peed, Mommy. I peed." And everybody was just laughing, because at that point, it's just really funny. You have to laugh at that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, to try and get her excitement down and tell her that you don't say that in a crowded restaurant.
It's a private thing.
It's a private thing. She's going, no private. No, I peed. So what we want to know from you, share with us the most embarrassing things your kids have said in public.
704-570-9595.
What is it that your children say that made you just turn beet red? Because I was like, and then I'm walking back to the table and I'm like, yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
Good one. Anybody else need to pee? I can make this an announcement for everyone.
I'll walk you to the bathroom, too.
All right. Jump on the phone and call us now. And please share your story so I'm not alone with the embarrassing things the kids have said.
The MRL Morning Show on demand.
It's the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show. All the hits, Kiss 95.1.
What did your kid yell out that embarrassed the crap out of you? 704-570-9595. Give us a phone call and be part of the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show.
My son pointed out a very large person at the store one day. Now, I'm overweight myself, but this person was like 600 pounds, life large. He says super loud, Mama, she too big. He was 3. I was so embarrassed.
Remember when we were on the St. Patrick's Day parade float and the little 7-8-year-old looked at me and said, why are you so big?
Yeah.
Well, it's complicated, kid. You got a second?
980 said we were at the grocery store and my son was looking at items on the shelf and said, what the F is that? Over and over again. He's 4, and he said the real F word. My niece was at an aquarium and pointed out the tank and yelled sushi.
She ain't wrong.
All right, Roy.
Let's go to the phones. This is Kristen in Fort Mill. Welcome to the Manny, Roy, and the Ram Morning Show.
Hi.
Hi. So tell us what was yelled out.
When I was little, I went to Applebee's with my mom and seen a margarita on the menu. And when I went to go tell the waiter I wanted a margarita, I said, I want a marijuana. And everyone at Applebee's staring at us.
How old were you?
I was 6.
Yeah. They didn't teach you how to spell marijuana at school by the time you were 6 yet, so it was a misspelling thing for you. Thanks, Kristen.
I like how a 6-year-old is trying to order a margarita, too.
Yeah. You could get a
virgin one, yeah. This is Stacy in Newton. Welcome to the Manny, Roy, and the Ram Morning Show.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, so we were riding in my husband's truck, which is on 40. Like, it's a massive truck, and my son, he's 4, he loves it. He calls it the monster truck and stuff. And we were sitting in the truck waiting. My husband had run into the store, and this guy pulled up next to us in this really nice, like, brand-new Chevy truck. And we're in Hickory, North Carolina, where you can't talk about people's trucks. Mm-hmm. And my son looked out the window in earshot of this man's brand new truck and said, look, Mom, it's a baby truck. And I was like, oh, my God. And I was like, son, you can't talk about people's trucks. But luckily he was a good sport, and he just looked up at us, and he's like, yeah, well, I guess if that's what you're in, I guess so.
I love it. Son, we do not talk about pickup trucks up here in Hickory.
No.
Thank you for sharing, Stacy. That's a good one.
A pickup truck is like your own family member. You don't. This is Amber in Kannapolis. You're on with the Manny, Roy, and the Ram Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning. What happened at Wally World?
So we were at Walmart, and my daughter was maybe 2.5, just forming words. And we were in the shoe section, and she wanted to get out of the buggy onto the bench and try on shoes. Well, there was a lady sitting there, and my daughter kept saying bench, but she thought that she was saying something else, and she was like, excuse me? I said, no, she's not calling you anything. She wants to get out and sit there to try on shoes.
Like, why is this kid yelling the B word at me?
Right. That's what the lady said. Excuse me? I said, no, that's not what she's saying, I promise.
Oh, my God, that's funny. I love the wide variety of stories about how kids embarrassed you by yelling out. If you're just joining us, my daughter Ruby, who's 3, I took her to the bathroom at the restaurant the other day, and she went back into the dining room with like 20 tables and yelled as loud as can be, I went pee! And everybody just heard it and laughed. Some people laughed, and we had to explain to her, you don't yell that out.
Let's go and have a conversation with Bob. Welcome to the Manny, Roy, and the Ram Morning Show.
Hello.
Hey, Bob.
I always listen to y'all's program all the time.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
And I just got thinking about, I remember the first fish both my daughters had caught and my grandboy caught was staying down at working out at Jacksonville, North Carolina. And my granddaughter, first thing she ever caught was a big old blue crab. I mean, it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And had a hard time getting off because I scared her. Then talking about around people talking about fishing and everything. She said, yes, and my brother caught a flounder, his first fish, and said, my first thing I caught, my papa let me catch the old crabs. Yeah. Now I had to explain to people, what she meant.
A little kid running around, I caught crabs.
You don't have to back up away from me. That's not what she means. I tell you what, Bob, you're a fantastic storyteller. How are you doing this morning, all right?
Oh, pretty good. And everything, I'm up here at the laundromat early doing my laundry.
Oh, well, we appreciate you listening to the Manny, Roy, and Loren show on 95.1.
Yeah, I do all every day.
All right, man.
That's awesome. Have a great day, Bob, okay?
Okay, same to y'all.
See you, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
What a fantastic guy. Loved his accent.
The kid caught crabs.
There's so many more text messages. We will put them up on the Rap Party. You got to go listen to these funny things that kids yelled out. The Rap Party is an additional 20 minutes or so of the MRL show, posted every day wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
Today is a fantastic, Nicole, it's an absolutely fantastic day. I know it sucks Loren's not here. She had an emergency call out because she had to play mom. And Roy thinks she's eventually going to be gone from the show. But I can't think about that right now.
Okay, however optimistic world you want to live in.
Because today is National Tell a Joke Day.
Oh, I know what this means.
National Tell a Joke Day. Don't we love this day of the week? Pull them up, Roy.
Yep.
I ate a clock yesterday.
Really?
It was very time consuming. All right, Nicole, now you go.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
I can't. I don't have them on the top of my head like you do.
I have a page printed out.
Oh, okay.
A fire hydrant has H2O on the inside and K9P on the outside.
That's not bad.
Did you hear about the semicolon that broke the law?
What's that?
He was given 2 consecutive sentences.
That's pretty good, too. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
I don't know.
Sophisticated. Screwed up the joke.
Wait a minute. What was it?
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated? You got to be able to deliver the punchline on National Tell a Joke Day.
Okay, I have one.
Okay, what?
Okay, what did the fish say when he swam into a wall?
Damn.
You're no fun on this day.
Pull another one.
What do you call a can opener that doesn't work?
What?
A can't opener.
Yeah, it's not bad. National Tell a Joke Day. What time did the man go to the dentist? 2:30.
2:30. Yeah, I thought it was going to be tooth. What does a sprinter eat before the big race?
I don't know.
He fasts.
Yeah, nothing. They fast.
Oh, nothing. They fast.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why did the Clydesdale give a pony a glass of water?
Why?
Because he was a little horse. How do you make holy water?
How?
You boil the hell out of it.
I like that joke.
You do. Good Southern joke to tell at church this Sunday. 803 texted in and said, what's a pig's favorite type of bread?
I don't know.
Wheat. Oh, my God.
How does the taco say grace before dinner?
I don't know.
Let us pray.
Not bad. Not bad at all. National Tell a Joke Day. Hopefully, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to blog at kiss951.com a bunch of jokes that you guys can use.
You know why I love my fingers? I can count on them.
Coming up next with the Manny, Roy, and Loren show.
Why are you giggling?
Don't mind me. Because people keep texting in jokes because today is National Tell a Joke Day.
Yeah.
And someone said, why doesn't the pirate know the alphabet?
Why?
It gets lost at sea.
Okay, let's take some more of your jokes.
Yeah?
I think we should.
Okay.
704-570-9595. Don't just text them, call us.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Producer Nicole will line up, like 4 calls. And whoever makes us laugh will be the funniest person of the day. So, Roy, you got to try not to laugh at the joke.
Okay. All right.
If you got a really funny one, though, you're going to win right away.
All right, 704-570-9595. You got a funny joke. It's on National Tele-Joke Day. Call right now. Try to make us laugh.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
All right, we got some phone lines open, 704-570-9595. A lot of people have their go-to jokes that they like to tell. Today is what day, Roy?
National Tele-Joke Day.
So what better way to celebrate than by having you? Now, we're getting a lot of text messages, but we wanted you guys to call in your jokes so that you could tell us, and then when we don't laugh, it makes it funny and good awkward radio.
Okay? So give us a phone call, 704-570-9595, National Tele-Joke Day. Up first is Rainey. Let's see if you can make us laugh, Rainey in China Grove.
Hi. All right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I eat mop.
I'm sorry, did you say I eat mops?
Yeah, like I eat mop.
Oh, I eat mop who? I eat mop poo.
It's a good one, right?
He still doesn't get it.
I eat my poo. Oh. I'm so dumb.
Yeah. You said it multiple times, too. Thanks, Rainey. Roy's going to get thrown off the radio now by the FCC. I think that was a violation.
Oh, well.
Carrie in West Jefferson, good morning.
Hey.
All right, tell us a joke. Try to make us laugh.
Okay, so it's actually my dad's favorite joke, and it's what's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo?
A hippo and a Zippo?
Like a Zippo lighter?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
One is really heavy, and one's a little lighter.
One's a little lighter. That's good.
All right.
That's not bad.
All right. Anne-Marie and Charlotte, welcome to National Tele-Joke Day. What do you got?
What is green and smells like pork?
No. We can't tell that one on the radio.
Why? Do you know it?
Yes. Yes. I know it.
What is it?
Wait, I can't say it on the radio.
Well, let her say it.
Can I say it?
No. No, you can't say it. There's kids listening.
Now I must know. I must know the joke.
Wait, what, Anne-Marie?
A lot of kids wouldn't get it, though.
It is a good joke. Hold on.
Okay, you'll have to whisper them the answer then.
All right, how about this? Why don't we just tell the kids to turn the radio on?
No. Hold on. I'm going to turn the mics. I'm going to turn the mics off, and then I'll pot down the phone, and you can tell Roy the answer, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll get Roy's reaction. All right, hold on. Okay. She said it too. All right. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Bye.
Yeah, we can't say that one on the radio.
Lucky old Maney knows the punchline to that joke.
I kind of wish he said it on the radio.
What's green and smells like pork? It's not the Wicked Witch, okay? It's another show. Think about the Muppets.
MRL! Hey! I listen to you every morning.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
MRL!
Yeah! Why'd the bride order the best man to leave the wedding reception?
Is this a joke?
No. But it is National Tele-Joke Day.
I don't know. Why did the bride tell him to leave the wedding reception?
Because he gave a bad speech that was insulting. We found this on a website called 9.com. Mm-hmm. As you know, best man speeches are a wedding tradition. So is the bridesmaid. They both do speeches, right? The best man and the bridesmaid both do speeches. But it can be tough to get the right mix of heartfelt thoughts and humor. A best man recently learned the hard way when he threw an impromptu joke at the end of his speech, and it fell flat, and it backfired, and he was asked to leave the wedding by the bride herself.
Oh, boy.
He explained that he put a lot of time and effort into writing and memorizing the speech, but he struggled to think of something to say at the bridal party since he didn't know any of them. his friend suggested he say something unscripted that would either be funny or sound genuine. So that's when he did it, and he says the speech was going well with people getting the jokes and laughing at the right times until he got to the end and did an off-the-cuff joke. The best man said, "Bridesmaids, I'm a bit short of time here, so I don't really know you all. So I'd just like to say that 5 out of 6 of you look stunning today. Figure it out amongst yourselves." Instead of laughs, he was met with silence, explaining the room went dead, and I knew I effed it up. Even worse, a bridesmaid started crying.
Oh, no.
The best man insists he didn't really mean what he said. He was just trying to be funny. He tried to apologize to the one in tears, but that didn't help. She yelled, "Get away from me."
Oh, she thinks she must have had some insecurities that she was ugly.
Oh, no. She played right into his card.
Yeah.
If he says that and you're a bridesmaid, you start laughing and looking at the person next to you.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
Poor thing thought it was her.
Aw, and that's when the bride came up to him and told him, "I think it's best you just leave." And the groom stood behind her, nodding in agreement.
Ooh.
He later messaged everyone to apologize and also posted a public apology on the wedding Facebook page, but that only resulted in the bride's grandma telling him off in a message.
Wow. Grandma got into it.
She wasn't even part of the joke. I'll tell you what, I did 2 best man speeches. Both relationships ended in divorce, so nobody's asked me since.
Makes sense.
But it's true because I've been to a lot of weddings, and you don't want to be so inside on everything that everybody at the wedding doesn't have any idea what you're talking about.
Sure.
Like, I remember the one time when we did this, and I remember one time when we did that. If it doesn't have to do with the relationship, leave it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then, of course, there should be a little humor. Like I was a best man for one. Actually, I did 3 because I was a best man for somebody. Then they're still together. And she was way hotter than him. And I started out the best man speech by saying, her name was Josephine. I said, "Josephine, I got to ask you a question straight up. Like, did he tell you there's money in a vault somewhere? Because there's nothing to be had. Like, look at him. This is who you are marrying."
Yeah.
And everybody seemed to laugh.
Yeah, okay, that's not bad.
You know, but when you're up there doing a speech, too, you're not mindful of everybody. You're just kind of focused on being quick. You want to get it over with, you know. I was at my cousin's wedding, Roy, and she got married, and the groom, the best man, made a speech. And it had to do with my cousin being, like, dirty.
Oh, really?
And my other guy cousins were, like, ready to kill the guy.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah.
Drama at the wedding. I love it.
Yeah. And we were like, "Yo, dude, read the room. Like, family's here. Grandmas are here." You know what I mean? This isn't the bachelor party. And he got a bad vibe. Like, that was the closest I thought I'd come to seeing, like, the guy get beat up.
Was he just drunk?
Yeah, and I think he thought it was funny, like he was trying to be one of the guys.
Yeah.
You know, type joke, and you can't do that.
I've never did a speech at someone's wedding before.
You should.
I've never had anyone that close to me get married.
Not even for your sister? You didn't give a speech at your sister's wedding?
I did not.
Why not? You weren't asked to?
I guess I wasn't.
You're a good orator. You would do a good job.
I would do a great speech, but no one's ever...
Yeah, all right. If anyone's getting married and they want a good best man speech, Roy's got pen to paper. He's ready to rock.
I'll just show up, do a speech, and leave.
Yeah.
I don't know any of you.
Who was that?
Who was that?
That was Roy. What do you mean, who was that?
Is he on the girl? Whose side is he on?
Yeah. Why is the guy from the Manny, Roy, and Lorenz show doing the best man speech?
He must be the third cousin of Greg.
704-570-9595. Bad best man speeches. We'd love to hear about them.
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
So we're talking about best man speeches, and if you had a best man do a speech at a wedding you were at that was just awful, tell us about it. 704-570-9595.
Let's talk with Samantha in Indian Trail. Hey, Samantha.
Hey.
Good morning. So were you at the wedding or were you actually part of the wedding?
It was my wedding.
Now, before you tell the story, did you think that the best man was going to be trouble going into it? Because sometimes the bride's got a hunch that, like, her husband-to-be has a best friend who's just kind of a jerk and is probably going to deliver a certain type of best man speech.
No, and more or less, I wouldn't even say it like it was kind of bad in a sense because of people's initial reaction to it. But going back and thinking about it, it was kind of like a punchline to a joke. But he talked about how much my husband loved the beach and how he'd never seen him so calm and so happy except for when he was at the beach. But kicker, at the end of the punchline or the end of the speech, he had said, "Sam, you're his beach," and everybody thought he had said.
I know. The word that rhymes with itch.
Oh, but yeah. Wasn't that bad, but it was bad for a moment. But.
Right. Oh, my gosh. Hey, how would you have felt if your best man said that line that we were reading off of 9.com where it was, the best man said, "Bridesmaids, I'm a bit short of time here, and I don't really know all of you, but I'd like to say that 5 out of 6 of you look really stunning today. Figure it out amongst yourselves." Would that have made you upset?
No, I think I would have laughed more or less because I get, wedding's supposed to be a serious day, but roll with it, make light out of everything,
True. Thanks, Samantha. And Roy, you might be right, though. There had to be a whole thing behind the scenes about how the bridesmaids weren't comfortable with themselves.
There had to be somewhere somebody was feeling bad about themselves that day for it to hit that close to home.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, like, I go talk to a therapist, and like, if you have such an overreaction, it's because of your own insecurities. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
And that's valid. It's fine.
Right.
It's
not
fine.
your fault that you have that insecurity.
Yeah.
You need to work through it, but yeah, it's hard, man. Being a best man.
I kind of like the beach joke. I kind of liked that. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
216 said, right after the speeches at my wedding in June, my sister surprised me and asked everyone to have a moment of silence in honor of my mom, who passed, and one of the groomsmen laughed really loud during the silence because he wasn't paying attention to what was going on. So you're at a wedding, the sister picks up the microphone and says, "I'd like to do a moment of silence for Mom, who is not with us." And the groom's, somebody in the groom's party, best man isn't paying attention and starts busting out laughing. The amount of eye daggers that were sent his way at the wedding, he didn't even realize what happened until I confronted him the next day, it goes on to say. So, yeah, I'm telling you what, if someone asks you today to be a best man or even a bridesmaid, just say yes, but no speech.
Okay.
And Roy Isabel,
at the beginning of this, I wanted to do a speech, and now I'm not going to do a speech.
And having said that, Roy's no longer available to do speeches. We're keeping him out of it.
Looking for the perfect gift for your mom, your spouse, your kids, or even your BFF? Musthavesandfunfinds.com has you covered. Our team is crafting lists of ideas to make every gift you give extra special. Musthavesandfunfinds.com.